welcome everybody to another Thursday night edition of Aquaholics Anonymous. I appreciate you all being here. Of course, my co-host Chattanooga Ed, thank you as always for joining me. I think we're going to have some fun tonight. We will, of course, be taking questions from the chat, but we've got a project for tonight. I have got a friend of the family. It's actually my oldest son's therapist. She's got an adopted daughter that's got some special needs of her own. She very much would like a snail tank. So what Mrs. Fever did was she messaged the mother and said, hey, what are some of the things she likes, colors and stuff of that nature. And so we accumulated a whole bunch of things that are kind of up her alley, so to speak. So we're going to put together that tank for her tonight. That way I can turn it over to her and it'll be all set up, ready to go. We've got a bottle of prime to go with it. We'll get her some mystery snails, find some nice pretty colors there to send to her, and she can have an awesome snail tank at home, and we can have one more young aquarist in the hobby. So that's going to be a blast. I'm going to say some hellos real quick to the highlighted people and some thank yous for the super chats. I'm not going to do the party poppers just yet, though. I will come back to them, and that's because I've got a whole bunch of aquarium stuff on the desk that you can't see just yet, and I don't want to get the party poppers all over it.
I can do this.
Yep, absolutely. I hope the audio is okay. I did have to move some things around. You'll notice the camera angle is a little different. The mic's a little bit further away. Hopefully it's all good. And then I'll do one quick shift here shortly before we get started. I'm going to pause this delayed version over here. But Tank Top Tropics coming in with that $2 super sticker with the wait for it right before the stream started. Thank you for that, Tank Top Tropics. And IHSPS's Tank Tribe with the $1 pile of fertilizer going into the stream. Thank you for keeping those plants growing. IHSPS, I will get you your party poppers. We had a couple of people last week. I missed Fantastic Freaks. His question for some reason didn't show up on last Saturday's saltwater show. So I owe you a party popper, and I did message him back to get that question answered. And then we had one other super chat. I believe it was Sean Chadwick with that $3 thumbs up pair. So I'm sorry to you as well. That popped up right at the very end. I noticed it after the stream was over. I went to close the chats and everything down at the end of the night and saw those. I was like, oh no. But I owe you also party poppers as well. Let me get my chat back up here, find which window it's in. I probably don't need my Morse code translator for this. All right, here we go. Rolling through, I saw a lot of highlighted stuff, or some highlighted things coming in. Color Guppies saying hello. What is going on, Color Guppies? Roll on down here. We got Tony Conciliere joining us, saying hello to myself, Ed, moderators, and all the fish keeper friends. How's it going, Tony? S is here saying, yo, what's going on, S? And then Aquatic Aesthetics, our buddy Rob there says, Fisher Fever, I was in your neighborhood Monday, gave Kenny a visit. I hope you enjoyed it, Rob. I will be down your way here in the not too distant future. Ed, when exactly is that event, and where is it at?
It is at Aquatic Aesthetics, actually. It's in the parking lot of his place. We're going to be having our first Chattanooga fish swap, which is pretty exciting. I'm hoping to join the club. I don't know if they have like real membership like deals or if it's kind of just a voice commitment, what it is right now, just since it's just just starting up. But it ought to be a lot of fun. And yep, Rob's a pretty cool guy, and we're going to have a blast that day. Absolutely. And it's next Saturday, not this Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the following.
Absolutely. And that is near Chattanooga, Tennessee at Aquatic Aesthetics.
Yep.
Let me roll on down here. Crystal's Pets and Plants, good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. All right. So I got those caught up. I will come back. Like I said, we'll get super chats. I'll get you all those party poppers. I owe you after we get some of this stuff where it's not going to get contaminated, so to speak, with the streamers. And it's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is what Rob at Aquatic Aesthetics is saying. But let's take a look at some of the stuff we have. So keep in mind, I don't want to say that I'm anti-colored gravel or fake plants, but it's just very much not my style. I'm very much a more natural vibe, natural look, real plants, trying to get that balanced aquarium. So it's going to be kind of fun playing with some of these things that I wouldn't typically use in a tank. But keep in mind, this is geared towards, a young girl. And we went with some stuff that she's going to really enjoy. So we got a bag of, I can't see my camera. Let me move this here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. We've got some black gravel there. Let me flip it over.
I remember what my sister's first fish tank was bright green.
Ooh, bright green. Well,
Rock.
this little girl is a fan of purple. So we've got a couple bags of purple. And I've got an idea in terms of utilizing those two different colors. So I've got a couple bags of purple there. And this is going to be a 10-gallon aquarium. We have got, I'm trying to see where I want to go next. A couple of these guys. Now, these are actually taller than the tank. So I'm curious to see. I think they're going to kind of bend over and you'll get a lot of floating vibe going there, if you will. And we've got, if I don't rip the other one apart, 2 of those.
Okay.
So
I hope that you get some nice floatiness to it. That'd be pretty cool.
Ed, you'll get a kick out of this. I know you love these. She likes Buddha. Focus.
Oh, awesome. Oh, it's a baby Buddha.
It is. I think it'll look really cool once it starts getting that algae growth on it as the tank starts to settle in. And then we have this guy, which I thought was really awesome. And again, shout out to Mrs. Fever for finding all this stuff.
Ooh.
Almost
Buddha
blue
sitting under there.
That's exactly what I thought, in all honesty. I tried not to do too much planning ahead of time because I want to go with the flow, but I'm kind of thinking when we get it in there, have Buddha underneath that tree there. My thoughts exactly. And then, last but not least, this guy.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
I don't know if that's Incan or Mayan or what it is, but very cool. So, and again, it's a 10-gallon, so that's going to be plenty of stuff going in there. For filtration, I am going to give her an aquarium co-op sponge filter, which I don't have here because I've got it in a tank, so it's nice and seated and ready to go. Again, it's just going to be, some snails in there, so it's not going to need a huge amount of bioload processing ability, so to speak. And then we've got, I think I'm going to go with the Aquarium Co-op Nano Air Pump to send with her with the wall plug, and then she'll have the option because I've got a lot of power strips and things to use the USB on, so she can go either way with that. But that is what we've got going on. Legends of the Hidden Temple. There we go. How's it going, Justin Powers? Good day, T-Bones, Fishies. Good to see you.
If I was guessing, I would say it's Asian.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Really neat. Asian jungles have some really neat stuff in them.
Absolutely. So yeah, Miss Fever totally took the wheel on that when she got the list of all the things, and that was what the little girl wanted. So that's what we're going with. I'm gonna shut this down for just a second so I can get my camera set up so you all can actually see the tank and we can work on it together. I don't know why somebody said, Mike's Aquatics thinks it's buffering like crazy trying to upload video of fish. Got today from Aquaball, so don't know if we'll be staying, but hey, everybody. Hey, Mike, good to see you. That explains it. If you're trying to upload, then yeah, it may buffer on you, unfortunately.
Mike's awesome.
I'm going to shut my camera down for just a second, and I'll be right back once I've got the camera set up on the tank, and we can work on it.
Can you still talk while you're doing this? I don't know. I think it went
negative. I won't be able to talk. But it'll only take me just a minute, maybe 30 seconds.
Y'all have me for a few minutes. I'm wondering what type of filtration he'll go with. If he's going to go with a smaller sponge type deal, or if he actually does a hang off the back. For a kid, I would probably go with the hang off the back just because I think it might be easier for a little girl to be able to pull or for not just a little girl, just for any beginner, for just to pull the stuff out of the back and go with it back and forth, at least until you get more experience you can get into more things. But I just think if you keep their hands out of the tank, new people's hands out, you probably got a better chance of everything going better for you. I'm not a big fan of the cartridge, but I think cartridges are nice just for beginners. And then maybe James can eventually show her how to do some type of media in the back that'll hold bacteria in. So he can hot rod it, as Corey would say. But it'll be interesting to see what they've got. I don't even know if it's a 10 or a 15 gallon or a 20 or a 5 or what it is exactly. With those size plants, I'm going to guess it's at least a 10. Oh, it looks like a 20 long or 20 tall.
It is a 10-gallon. Sorry, I thought I had specified that. It's a 10, and we are going to go with the Aquarium Co-op sponge filter.
Okay.
And probably the nano USB pump, because the little girl, I don't believe, will be doing any of the maintenance on it, since she does have some disabilities. So I think it's all going to be mom doing it. And the great thing about it being a snail tank with that sponge filter is it's going to be able to go a long time without any maintenance on it.
Oh, a snail tank. I forgot.
Yeah,
Snails.
It is one of the $1 per gallon tanks, the Aquaholics.
It looks huge.
Yeah. This is a 120 gallon right here. And you just
It's a 45 tall. And James just locked up. Unless it's me that's locked up and I'm talking over him. But so, folks, who's locked up, James or me? And says, everybody's just kind of saying hi to each other. I don't want to talk over you if you're talking right now. Ah!
Am I back now?
Yes.
All right.
It was you, not me.
No, it was me. I sneezed and it switched from my Ethernet to Wi-Fi, and so everything kind of just stopped for a minute. So
I was terrified.
Yeah,
I thought I was talking over you.
So I'm going to. It's going to be fun trying to do this. I'm going to be dependent upon you on the chat.
Okay.
But I'm going to start with the purple because I kind of have an idea in my head of making almost like a path from the front and then like a circular area with that one particular tree and the Buddha in it on the black gravel. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Rob from Aquatic Aesthetics has a great snail tank video. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a time-lapse one.
Oh, nice.
I wish I could figure out how to make my own screensavers, because I would like that to be my screensaver. Because the snails go everywhere and cover every square inch of that thing. It's awesome. If you guys ever have 5 minutes, check out Aquatic Aesthetics and look for his snail tank video. It's one of his first ones he's ever done, and it is super cool. Go sub to Rob too, because he's a great guy.
Absolutely. So Aaron Timotel asking what kind of stocking we're doing. Showing up late, not a problem, man. This is, I'm going to stop pouring while I talk. This is for a little girl that wants a snail tank very, very badly. So it's going to be mystery snails.
So now, did you just go with both bags of purple first?
I did. And we can remove some as need be, but I want to kind of get it out. My thought process is to get the purple in there, kind of see how we're going to place the stuff, because it is a good bit of stuff for a smaller amount of space. And then once we decide kind of where the tree and the Buddha are going to go, come back with the black gravel and kind of make almost like a pathway through here, because I'm thinking like the Buddha and the tree over here, and then the small co-op sponge will be over here, so I can use the other plants kind of on this side to help hide it, so to speak. And then we'll have a little design of it. We'll see. Let's get it in here and we'll figure it out. Lots of noises. Hopefully that's not too loud. Hopefully we don't have people with earphones that are going to die. Question. Anna Side says, are you supposed to wash the gravel first? Typically I would. So because I was doing it like this, I did not. But what I plan to do is fill the tank up and then drain it back out and kind of rinse everything off versus just having some piles of wet gravel here tonight to work with.
You know, that's a good question. I don't know. I think I'm guilty of not washing painted gravel.
So I do that a lot, but I noticed this did have, I won't say a lot of particulate and dust, but it had a decent bit. Like you could see it in the bag, especially in the purple where it kind of accumulated in one of the corners. And that was the main reason. That, and like normally I would wash off the plastic plants before I put them in, just in case there's any type of chemicals or anything. But I figure if I fill it and drain it, that'll get everything washed out good and well. It'll also kind of help settle that gravel in there. Okay, let's see. T-Bones Fishy says, also, I got some guppies to go in my neon Tetra tank. I got 2 red sunsets and 2 black guppies. Awesome.
Nice.
Gotta love the guppies. I'm thinking, see, this tree is kind of designed to go that direction. Where, there's Buddha. He's hiding in the wrong set of plants. And I'm trying to do this facing you all so I can get some input here. Let's see. All right, trying to make sure I don't miss anything in the chat.
Thank you, Rico Stan. Rico Stan is saying a bunch of you guys need to hit that like button. You don't have to, but we'd sure appreciate it.
We always appreciate that. And do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We got 97 people watching, 38 thumbs ups. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hitting that button. We're having a kind of different fun stream, playing with this tank set up online, live. I was going to do a video, and I was like, you know what? This will be more fun if it's interactive. I think that will work well. Yeah, that's definitely going to hide the sponge filter back there well. And that's one of the pluses of with it having snails and not fish, is you don't really have to worry so much about the swimming room, so to speak, because they're just going to kind of wander around on top of everything. Now we can move some of this stuff around here. Maybe take these up to the front more. All the crunchy noises.
Diego says, hi, how you guys doing?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Diego will be hopefully making some Tennessee Fish Mafia stuff for me soon, or for all of us. And James, I ordered 5,000 Tennessee Fish Mafia waterproof stickers yesterday.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So we're going to have a lot of those. Okay, we got a question from Aquaholics, who just happens to be thinking about snails. He wants to know, what do you guys feed your snails? My Japanese TDs and Nutrites snails are dying. Oh no, that's not good. Thanks. So, do you want to take it, or you want me to go first?
You go ahead first. I'm going to reread that because I was only half listening because I was trying to get an angle on the tank.
Okay. Well, I do green beans, and I also do algae wafers. So, like the algae wafers that you give to your plecos, I drop that in there for the snails, and I also throw in green beans every other day. And I know a lot of people buy canned green beans. I prefer to buy the frozen bag of green beans, and then I break it open, and I put it into 2 like plastic mate things, and I put half and half, then I throw it in the freezer, and then I just pull like 6 out every other day, throw them in some hot water. They literally thaw in a minute and a half. It's so fast. Then I take a knife that's not serrated, and I just cut it right down the side, and I split it and drop it in the tanks. And fish like it.
Absolutely. And I think Ed has the better approach if you're going to be feeding small quantities. I've always gone with the canned green beans. Brand didn't matter. The cut didn't matter, although I do prefer the French style. And I don't even rinse them all the time necessarily. I just drain it and toss them in. But if you're only feeding a small amount, it definitely can be a hassle to have an entire can of green beans you've got popped open and you're throwing in, 6 or 7 or 8. Whereas with Ed's method, if you've got a bag of frozen beans, it's easy to just pull out, a few of them, thaw them, cut them, toss them in there.
Yeah.
Mattel's got the same idea. He was late, but he's talking about making a path over and around the Buddha. Yes, that's one of the things we're working on here in a minute.
It's almost too bad we don't have fluorescent pink.
It is, and it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah. If I lived closer, guys, I could just jump in my car, run to Walmart, and pick him up a little bitty bag of it. That probably costs $10.
Right.
But yeah. What do you think? Now, you see, James feeds a lot more than just snails. He also has a lot of plecos that he's feeding green beans too. So that's why he does a whole can and can get away with it.
And sometimes even
not a bean eater. Okay. Wow, that's awesome. And I don't do the can just because it's messier and it's harder for me because I just do a couple. I think Rico says that he does something called Snailo. It's probably just snail food. It's probably a pellet or something. It probably it's high in calcium. But your snails need calcium too.
Absolutely. If I remember correctly, Snail is kind of like a rapashi for snails.
Oh. Rapashi, it's good. Susan just came in. Susan, the fish mom, and she says, "Hello, Fish Room Fever and Chattanooga."
Hey, fish mom.
Let's see, did I do that? I did that all right. Okay. Talking about snails, I lost my mystery snails this morning. He had a good run. Oh, I guess he just lost one snail. Had a good run for over a year. That was from T-Bone. How long does your average mystery snail live? Or do you know, James?
I honestly do not know. That is a good question.
That is a good question. I have a bunch of adult snails. I don't know if they've ever had any babies yet. I think I've had them for about 7 or 8 months. I'd kind of feel bad if they all kicked the bucket soon.
I would.
Oh, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, nothing pertaining to the question. Go right ahead, buddy.
I'm not for sure what I was saying.
Sorry. So normally I would be doing this from the top instead of behind the tank. And it's a little bit easier not to mix the colors. So I am going to end up picking through these to kind of freshen that line up. And there are a bunch of different ways that you could do dividers in here. But I have a feeling that this is going to end up getting mixed a fair bit anyways. But we'll see. So
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good, buddy. Go ahead.
Stupid People has a great way how she heats up her beans and carrots. She uses a coffee maker and just heats up a cup of coffee with no coffee. So it's just hot water.
That's a good idea.
For some reason, my water heater is turned up to crazy temperatures. And so I'm able to get pretty hot water quick out of mine.
So, for those of you just tuning in, this is going to be stocked with mystery snails. This is for a little girl that wants a snail tank. Thus, the different decor that I would typically use in the bright colors. These are all kind of things off of her list of hobbies and things she enjoys, color preferences. She's going to have a mystery snail tank. That's one of the reasons I'm not super worried about the swimming area, because there's not going to be anything actually swimming around in the water column.
Oh, Darlene's had mystery snails. Hers have lasted over 3 to 4 years now. That's great.
I say my thing is I usually have so many mystery snails because they're constantly breeding that I never really know which one's which and how long it's been in there, you know? Okay, let's see. We're going like that.
You know, one thing that I used to do a lot, James, when I would do plastic plants back in the day, is I would find a couple of the plants like off the plastic and take 1 or 2 off and snip it or pull it out of the back. And then I would actually take a hot glue gun and glue it to like a small rock.
Right. I like
and
that.
Then I would place it about 2 or 3 inches away from the plant. So it looked like it was either a sprout or, you know, something coming away. And I really loved how it would make things look more natural.
Absolutely. Well, that's why I'm trying to bury. I can't really see it too well from that angle, but I'm trying to bury the base of this one because it's got about 5 or 6 sprouts on it. So if I can get the base hidden with the black gravel, it should give us that same effect of just having a couple kind of stragglers or sprouts, if you will, leading up to it. And this is going to drive me nuts having the random colors in the wrong place. So I'm going to have to go through after the fact with some escaping tweezers and pull all the individual stones that aren't where they're supposed to be at.
Susan had a bad day today. She lost her betta, and she's been losing some of her angels in her water. Now, I've had, I think, a water issue with one of my strands of guppies. I'm losing all the fry. It's the parents. I've had them for over a year now. The 2 adult females and 2 adult males, like about 2 pairs, 0 fry. But I mean, the females are gravid again. So I'm thinking about trying to take the 2 females out and putting them. I'm going to try soft water and see if I can get the babies to live, because I don't understand why the babies the fry keep dying. I don't know if the fry are coming out like stillborns or if they're dying just shortly after they're born. But
all right, so I'm going to try and tip this back. Last time I did this, I killed the internet. So let's see.
Oh, wow, that looks really neat.
Then we need to put Buddha in here, and then I want to get y'all's opinions. I have a possible different way we can go. All right, so Buddha in there, hanging out under the tree. So
okay.
And I'm sorry you've got the glare off this screen, but if I close this laptop, it shuts all my monitors down, so I can't really do anything about that one. But go ahead, Ed. What were you gonna say?
If it wasn't for the little girl aspect of it, I would say don't have the Buddha, because I think it looks amazing with all the blues and purples and that creepy, jungle thing.
Right. Well, here's the other thing. Sorry. Go ahead.
The little Buddha is just so bright.
It is. I can also get some paint, some purple paint, spray it, put a clear coat on it that's water safe or fish safe after it cures, and let it fit in or make it fit in.
I'd do that.
So my other question is, do you think I should leave the plants here, or do you think I should bring one of these over to where the statue's at and then move the statue to the corner? That way the plants kind of all merge together versus having the gap.
I kind of like this because it looks like they're on the side of the jungle, and then it's like kind of the yard next to it where the pathway and the pretty tree that's being taken care of is right next to the jungle.
Let me sew this guy back in here. What do we think?
Shy is here. Hi, Shy. How are you? It's wonderful to see you. She says, it looks so good. That's awesome. And let's see. I'm trying to see if anybody else. Oh, I was way too high.
This is not my setup. Sorry, go ahead.
People would like to know where the sponge filter is going to be.
The sponge filter is going to be in this back corner. So all these long plants, once there's some water in here, there should be some floating going on. And then I'm going to take sponge filter in this back corner, back here, trying to show on camera. And then I'm going to use some of the black airline tubing and one of the airline holders and just run it straight up the corner seam and out. I guess with the lid, it probably will have to shift an inch to right when it goes out.
Aaron's asking, Fish Room Fever, I have a 29-gallon tank, and I'm pretty much going with a ghetto setup. Do you have any cheap fish tank lights you recommend for it?
Now, you had some pretty awesome ones you stumbled upon at Menards. I'm pretty sure they had the length that would fit there. But
the Menards ones are the best ones you could probably possibly buy, except they're a little yellow. So you get a little bit of a yellow look to a lot of your water. But they're too big for that size tank. You could probably get an aqua for that size for $13 or $15 off of Amazon, and it's going to work great.
Yeah, that's really my go-to is Amazon. I've got a lot of them. Even the clip-on, well, not for a 29, I would like this size, but for a 29, I would just go on there and find you a nice, cheap, the LED light off of Amazon. Like you can get one super, super affordable on there.
Aquanites are awesome. I mean, they work great. They don't get very hot. I have corrugated. You're going cheap, so for your top, actually, this may not be the cheapest way to do it if you're only doing one tank, because you got to buy a whole chunk, and a whole chunk is like $25 or something, even though you'd have it for other tanks for the future. So if you have access to a table saw, or somebody that has access, I guess that's anybody that has a table saw, you can cut this stuff really easy for your lid, and then you can put the aquanites directly on it, and they don't get hot enough to, well, actually, they have a little bit of a lip. Oh, gosh, I'm trying to.
So real quick to answer Jesse, HC Aqua, while you're looking for that, this is going to be for snails for a little girl. And then Anna, I would get with Punchy Paints. She does Radul will answer that. Thank you, Radul. Does commissions. Priscilla may as well. Yep. So Radul's got that covered. And then clove oil is one of the ways that you can put them down. There are a couple different methods.
Yeah, I can get some clove oil out quick if you want to see what it's going to look like. But these little things come with the aquanites. They just slide in, and so you've got an extra 6 inches on both ends to fit it on. But I drop it directly on top, and that little 1-inch lid is enough to keep it from touching. And I have plant growth going crazy, but I also have low tanks, or shallow tanks.
Absolutely. I mean, I use 4-foot shop lights on a lot of stuff, just referencing cheap. I know 4-foot's not going to work on that tank, but just kind of to bring to light, no pun intended, the level that I go with on a lot of stuff. Especially you're running, dozens of tanks. Nobody's got money to go out and spend $100, $200 on a light for all of those tanks. So, if I can get a 4-pack of 4-foot shop lights for $50, that's the route I'm going for most things.
So now, do you already have the filter there? Everybody's saying hi to Jesse because he is so cool. I have not been able to hang out with Jesse for a while. He moved to his new house, and I need to catch one of his streams or something so we can see what it looks like.
Absolutely. So I do have the filter. I've got one that's already cycled and ready to go in another tank. So that, and then like I said, I think I'm going to go with one of the co-op USB pumps because it'll have the option of the plug into the wall or the USB option, and those work really well for those little sponge filters.
And they're super quiet, so they're not going to drive anybody crazy or keep anybody up at night. I love them.
And Mrs. Faber did mention that she specifically got that Buddha because she wanted that bright contrasting Buddha.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
So I don't think I'm allowed to paint that. Again, this is her design. I'm just kind of putting it together. But again, kudos to her because she did an amazing job finding all this stuff. And I honestly
did.
I always hate to say it, but I really, really love this plate right here. I really do. It's a cool looking plant. I'm a huge blue fan. That's my favorite color. If you hadn't guessed from the logo. So that just really is awesome to me. And I love the little Buddha underneath it. I really like the way a lot of us were on the same track with this stuff. Getting the Buddha under that specific tree, getting a little path with a circle on the Buddha and the tree, fun stuff like that. So it's always neat when a lot of us are kind of that same mindset or thought process on setting something up. But let me lean this back again. I'll give y'all a final look here. So I don't know. Let me see how far I can close this
to get some of the glitter gone. You'd see the sticker collection on the back. That's where I started my Fish Fam sticker collection.
Oh, I like that.
There we go.
Well, and Shy, I think she likes it too. So did she kind of have input before you guys started?
She bought all the things. I think she was a little surprised when I said, "What's her favorite color?" I'll go get that colored gravel, because she knows that I'm not really a fan of the colored gravel, or the clown puke gravel, as a lot of people call it. But then she, found all the plants and decor and stuff, and was like, here's the stuff, and kind of left it in my hands to design it, if you will, or scape it, so to speak. So I thought it'd be fun and interactive for us to do tonight versus me just doing it on a video and putting it out there, and y'all just kind of see what happened. But yeah, I think it'll be awesome for the snails. I did see Shy, Mrs. Fever, mentioned that the little girl wants a betta too at some point. So I think that would be all right in here. I know we took up a fair bit of space, some of this fake stuff, but I think it leaves a lot of places for it to still be able to go. They're not super, super darty fish most of the time. And this statue definitely has big enough holes to not have to worry about that guy going in there and getting stuck. So that's a plus. And yeah, I think that'll look awesome.
Can you even hear this filter? It's I'll put this right on the mic, and you can probably hear it, like it vibrate. But as soon as I take it off, that is the quietest little pump in the world.
It really is. It really is.
Can anybody hear that? It is crazy quiet.
I'll tell you what's got that one. I'll tell you what's got that beat, honestly. The linear air pump from the co-op.
Yeah.
Because it's, taking in consideration how much that's putting out and how much that will power, and then consider how many sponges that thing will run. And that thing runs silent. I mean, you can stand right next to it and not even hear it. So
that's where mine is. Right up there. Someday I'm going to move all those boxes out and put more tanks up there.
John Cox said, thankfully you did not go clown puke mix of bright colors. Yeah, I didn't want to do a mix. I wanted to. Honestly, I initially was just going to go with the purple. Then I was like, well, there's only 2 bags right now. Let me get a black. And I was like, maybe I can just scatter mix it. And I was like, it would really look better to just do a little path. And that's when I saw the decor she actually bought. I was like, yeah, I've got a plan. All right. See, we've still got about 20 minutes left. So I guess I could leave this here for people that are kind of wondering in, or we've got some people that are, not actually watching, that kind of peek back and forth.
I absolutely can't wait till it's filled with water to see how.
Absolutely. So what I will do is I will get some shots of it filled, and I can post those pictures on the community tab, because I've got to fill it anyways to kind of rinse everything. So when I fill it and everything's kind of in place, so to speak, I'll get some shots of it. I still need to get a background on it. I think Mrs. Feeder was looking for a kind of a decor themed background to go with this. And Paul Sotero, and I know somebody else had mentioned it too, or I think somebody else mentioned it. I saw the JCMP, but Paul's mentioning the JCMP lights are really good budget lights, are dimmable, and you can adjust the light spectrum to help control algae. Yes, I know Bentley Pasco had been reviewing those for quite some time, because Bentley goes through a lot of testing before he puts out a review on stuff. Yeah, that's a good call on that one, Paul. Thank you very much for that.
Sorry, guys, I stepped off for just a second.
Absolutely. Welcome, Noel. Appreciate you being here. So this is a mystery snail setup, and I guess we're going to have one betta. I'll pull it down from KG Tropicals. That ends up going in here for a little girl of a friend of ours. Need to get a background for it. Already got the filter, air pump, lid and light, ready to rock and roll. So we'll let it sit there. Y'all can kind of look at it. If you have any ideas, this thing needs to move at 30 seconds of an inch to the right, any of that kind of critiquing stuff, because hey, this is YouTube after all, right?
I think I bought 3 of these from Rob's Aquatic Aesthetics. Normally, I don't do the crazy looking stuff, but because I was trying to think, do they have any camp clown puke type rocks at my local fish store? But he does carry these really pretty like glass rocks for bettas,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to use them actually for bases for my when I'm doing the like when I do miniatures and stuff. So that's why I bought these different colored rocks for, you know, different types of ground that they would walk on. Like I might put this down and then artificial snow around them just to make it look like pieces of ice coming up. But I was trying to think of stuff that your local fish store might have for rocks.
Well, like these, the substrate I got from Aquatic Marine here in Knoxville. The decor shorted online, but the purple, they've got a lot of the different colored.
Oh, that's awesome.
There, so that's a plus.
I don't know if my local fish store has any artificial plants. I've never paid attention.
I'm going to go through and address some of these super chats and say thank yous. I know I owe, before I even get to tonight, because we had some that I missed last stream at the end, but thank you too. See how I'm going to do this without getting stuck in the tank. Fantastic Freaks had a $5 super chat last week that I did not see at the end. And get the aim here. Sean Chadwick had a $3 super sticker last week with that thumbs up here. I appreciate both of you all. Sorry that I did not see those last week. We had Tank Top Tropics earlier with that $2 super sticker. I guess I could have moved the tank before I did this, but you know, you get that one to pop. Let's see if I can shift this way.
Hey, James, you know how I asked you to keep those things for me?
Yep.
Do you ever find those lids, like the round circle?
Sometimes.
I'll keep those too.
Normally that's a task for the kids. I'll see what I can do for you.
Well, don't go out of your way. Boy, that was a weird little pop.
That was Tank Top Tropics. Thanks for that $2 super sticker and IHSPS's $1 super pooper chat fertilizing the stream earlier. I appreciate you. I told you I'd get you those party poppers. I promised. And we did it. Let me get to these. So we've got some I hadn't addressed yet. Xanadu, what is going on, Xanadu? Also dropping that $1 pile of fertilizer on the stream. It's a weird angle. Thank you very much for that, Xanadu. Always good to see you. And our buddy Texas Fish Room coming in with a $1 pile of fertilizer. Thank you, Texas. As always, great to see you here. Always appreciated, but never expected.
And congratulations to Texas Fish Room. He just hit his 30,000 views.
Oh, congratulations. That is awesome. Moving right on up. That's always an awesome feeling as you hit those milestones. Congratulations to you, Texas. And thank you, my friend. And then Priscilla MK. God bless you. Thank you, Priscilla. With $20 super chat says, for real plants, and then a laughing face. And just kidding, looks awesome. Priscilla, thank you. You've been a long time friend and supporter of the stream. That one kind of flew sideways. And I do really, really appreciate you. And I think, there we go. I think the girl's going to really enjoy this tank. So I'm super happy with that. Make sure that looks like I got everybody. And I appreciate you all. And thank you for bearing with me to get down to those and kind of get through the project. And thank you for the support. Again, it's never expected, but I do always very much appreciate it. And it helps go to do fun things on the channel and keep the lights on, so to speak. Hillbilly Aquatics dropping a pile of fertilizer on there. Thank you for that $1 super sticker, my friend. This hillbilly's going to stick together, right? There we go. We get fingerprints on there. I'll have to wipe that glass down beforehand.
T-Bone just asked, who's that fish tank for? Or snail tank for?
So my oldest son's therapist has an adopted daughter that's got some disabilities of her own. It is for her. She really, really wanted a snail tank. So Mrs. Fever got like a list of her favorite colors and themes and styles, and she likes Buddha and anime and Oriental and all this stuff. And so we kind of mixed it all together. We're going to get her some really pretty mystery snails to go in here. And I found out a little bit ago she's also wanting to do a betta in here. Beta, right? So I think that'll be nice. So I'll have to look into finding a nice betta to go in here once everything's completely settled. I think she'll really, really enjoy it. So we do have about No, 15 minutes left. And I see you, Rico Stan. I appreciate you, brother. I'm about to get to that. So if you've got any questions, comments, feel free to throw those in the chat. If you put at Fish Room Fever, it will highlight for me so it stands out. Makes it easier to find those things. Rico Stan throwing a $10 super chat at us, says, so no one told... I'm going to guess this is a song before I go any further.
I'm going to guess it is Friends, but I'm not for sure.
It is.
All right.
And he missed a word, I think. I think the song is supposed to have it. But I'll read it word for word. So no one told you, well, I even added the life is going to be this way. Your job's a joke. You're broke. Your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. Yep. There we go. It is. Rico.
I'll be there for you.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for him to do Silver Spoons. Let's see if he knows any Ricky Schroeder stuff.
That one didn't pop. That one didn't pop. Let me grab another one over here. Rico, my buddy, my pal, thank you very much for that. Always a pleasure. You're always trying to get us singing in here. I appreciate it. Always fun.
When I was a kid, I used to sing that stupid Silver Spoon song all the time in my head, and I don't know why. But I used to think it was cool because his dad was like a toy maker.
Well, I'm going to show my age or lack thereof, I guess, and say I have no clue what you're talking about. And people in the chat for it, as they do every time songs come up.
You're better off for it.
I think it was the aquarium keeper asking if the tank is staying at my house. No, it is not. It is going to her house. I believe in her bedroom. If Mrs. Fever is still hanging out, she can confirm that. But it is going to her house. That wonderful lady also has a voice home that she's built, set up, however you would quantify that. Group home, I guess. She doesn't know it yet, but I want to see if she would like me to set up a tank in there for her, maybe a 55-gallon. I've got one really nice stand and a nice 55, and I think that would be a really cool project. I think that would give something interactive and also something to kind of give it a more at-home feel to the boys in that situation. So, I mean, she's really an awesome lady, and so anything I can do that she's interested in fishy related, I'm happy to do that.
That's awesome. Oh gosh, what was I gonna say? Oh, do you have a light for this?
I believe I do. If not, I'm just going to order one of the LED hoods. I've got about 15 or 18 10-gallon lid light combinations.
It would be really cool if you could get one of those hoods that they don't grow plants well, but they can change colors and stuff.
That would be. I don't know. I'll look into that. That may be a thing. That may happen. I'll look and see what I've got, or if I'm going to have to order one and kind of look at the route from there. That is a really good idea. I like that. Let me grab. Deborah Lewis says that is a super nice thing to do for someone. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's all about the hobby. It's about the community. It's about the fishy family. So I'm more than happy to do it. That's the whole reason I even came to YouTube, was to try and help people, and it kind of progressed and we grew and we get the Fish Room Fever family. So, God love you guys for being here. I'm going to grab these super chats because I've got all the highlighted stuff covered. Lonnie, a.k.a. Looney Tunes, with $2 super chat says, great job, James, and great gift for her with thumbs up, muscles, smiley face. Thank you very much, Lonnie. Always good to see you. Always appreciate your support, my friend. And yeah, I think she'll be really happy with it. And, she'll have this to kind of be able to watch it get set up if she wants to. I know that Mom was interested because she knows that, she's seen my fish tank. She knows I do YouTube. So she said, if you make a video of it, let me know so I can see it. So that will be there for her to enjoy if she wants to. She can see the creation of it, how it came together. Thank you again, Lonnie, for that. Pepperland Creek Aquatics for that $1 pile of fertilizer. I appreciate you keeping the plants growing in the stream. This is tearing my finger up doing it that way. Let's try this. Nope, not going to work that way.
Fancy tail?
There we go. Thank you, Pepperland. Appreciate you, buddy.
Fancy tail, it's for a special little girl. If you want more details, just watch from the beginning.
Yes, it is for a friend of the family.
special snail tank for her. So that was the specific goal of this one. Like I said, not my typical style, but very much something fun to do, something out of the norm. And I've really enjoyed it. And I don't know, maybe I set up one of these of my own and we go kind of wild with one particular tank. Who knows? If I screw this up, I apologize. But Merrick Tomczyk, thank you very, very much for the $10 super chat. Very much appreciated. Said, thanks for the deep purple inspiration, James. Thank you. Again, not expected, but I do appreciate that. And I'm glad you all enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it. You know, I'm glad that we did it live and we could all have some fun with it versus me just doing a video and showing you all. I mean, that's all well and good, but it's nice to be able to interact with you all and have some fun.
I like that name, Merrick. It's a cool name.
Whips World, it probably is not just your end. Excuse me. I've had to move the mic away. So normally the mic would be like right here. But in order to be able to do this, I have the mic further away. Now that we're at the end of the show,
I turned mine the opposite direction. Maybe I'm a little less loud.
I could play with the gain and we can see. I don't know if I'm getting louder or quieter that way. Y'all let me know. I'll wait a minute because I know there's a delay. Aquatic Aesthetics is Fisher and Fever. Tammy and I would love to donate the mystery snails if she can wait till you're down in our area. That is very, very awesome of you. Very much appreciate that, Rob. I think she can. Let me check with Mrs. Fever because she's the one on the timeline. I hope I turned my mic the right way. I hope you all can hear me. I'm not letting go of the knob until I know.
You've sounded the exact same to me the whole time, so it's bizarre.
All right.
BJ.
I'm going to leave it low then. Perfect. BJ Palmer, re-upping, if you will. Thank you very much. Fish Room Fever family. I don't know if you went up a level or if you re-upped, but I know you're not new. I know. Welcome back either way. So thank you very, very much for that. I know we've got a couple people that within the next week are going to be hitting their 1-year membership. So congratulations to you all. With those purple badges about to change over.
Ooh, what's it going to change to?
We'll just have to wait and see.
So now, what's the deal? So like, I see BJ's like, by her name, it's like kind of orange.
Correct.
And then by Carrie's in, Rico, purple. Hi, I'm purple.
Yep.
Ooh, John Oliver's orange.
So
now,
the green is the brand new. Orange is either 2 or 3 months, and then 6 months you get the purple. There's a yellow in there somewhere.
Well, don't tell us.
Forget now. Well, I'm not going to tell you what the next ones are.
This will be earth shattering.
It will be only if you don't know how to look at it ahead of time. Or if
I don't.
Because Zen already knows what they all are. Because she's like chomping at the bit to get that next one. But
I like Amanda's is green. I like that green. I guess green is brand new.
Yes. But
well, thank you, Amanda.
Welcome back.
Coming in.
BJ Palmer. Very much appreciate that. Really, really do. All right. I caught up. I'm to the bottom. We've got about 5 minutes left. Any final thoughts? So like in this back corner, I'm going to clean up the colors a bit once I can actually stand up and get at this thing properly. I can see over in there. Was that a purple plant? That may be a purple. Yeah, that's a purple plant. Okay, so that's not purple gravel. But I will come back and I'll kind of touch up and get the colors properly sorted out. Other than that, kind of enjoying it. Any last thoughts? Do let me know. We can move some things around. This has really been fun. I knew it was going to be enjoyable from my perspective. I've really had fun interacting with you all on this. I think I'm going to come back and do a little bit more black in there. Just, I don't know. Maybe I do like one offshoot I could do like an offshoot that goes into the middle of the plants, kind of like the path into the forest that you don't know where it leads to. Did I lose Ed? Or did Ed lose
Nope.
me? Okay.
No.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm just trying to think if I should ask, how do I find out how long I've been a member? But I don't want to ask that right now. I'm just trying to remember to ask after.
And disclaimer, this is not a membership drive, but if you'd like to be a part of the Fisher & Fever family, I'd absolutely love to have you. We are going to be doing the members only live stream this Saturday, the same time as our previously scheduled Saturday streams, and we may have a special guest with us. Let me see here. Trying to do this through an aquarium and all the party popper stringer stuff that's on the monitor. I love
Rob
it.
would like to know.
Sorry, go ahead.
Rob would like to know if you could fit a fogger in the top.
I don't know if you could or not, honestly. I've not used one previously, so I don't know what the space allotment requirement is. That's probably part of the sound problem, is where I'm like slouching down behind the aquarium talking.
People are telling me how to do it. I will do that, but I can't do it right now because every time I click any buttons, I lose my chat.
Ed's not allowed to push buttons. I push the buttons.
I know. I'm not good at pushing buttons. I don't want a poor Pam thing to happen to me ever. It's bad enough when I just lose chat.
It definitely is. No, this has been a blast. I really do appreciate you all. Ed, you want to tell them what we're doing on your stream? It's going to be fun as well.
Yeah, well, people are always asking for crafts. I'm kind of doing another craft tonight. James is doing the new saltwater show. What's your saltwater show with Mike Fish Tank Barn called?
Called it Saltwater Saturday. We're going to have to come up with something super catchy.
Salty Saturdays? Salty Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do something. We're working on new names and stuff because we're going to try to reformat how we do our Saturdays. But I am the guy on the show that's never done salt in his life. And so I went over to Rob's because I want to have a tank at least close to being set up before the next stream. And I went to Aquatic Aesthetics, my local guy. Boy, I'm giving him a whole bunch of ads tonight because he's awesome. And he helped me pick out the best stuff. I wanted to go with, because I want to do basically a reef type tank. And he has this super cool tank that's like set up with these things, but they're like super expensive. So I went with, it isn't expensive when you buy little pieces like this and break them off and put them in your tank just to raise the pH. But when you're actually doing a whole butt ton of it, kind of gets up there. So he helped me with some other stuff, and Bob Kaler was there, and I think I got a pretty good plan on what I'm going to do, and I'm kind of excited about it. And I'll explain that. I know that we're not all salty people, but if John Oliver, if you come over, I'm going to ask John Oliver a guppy question, and maybe if anybody else is around, you guys can see if a guppy question or have a guppy question also. But I'll bring that up in the next show since we're about there.
Absolutely. We are there. Real quick, though, BJ coming in, apparently missed the party popper. BJ, here's another one for you. And again, very much appreciate you. Deborah Lewis was asking, is this Saturday night for members only? Yes, this Saturday night will be for members only. We've got something else planned for the Saturday after that, which will not be members only, which is fun. We're backing off of Saturdays, but we keep adding stuff back on. But this Saturday will be members only. It was going to be 2 weeks from now, but we've got something special that we're going to do 2 Saturdays from now, in theory. So this Saturday will be the members only. And then the Saturday after that will be the special thing. And then the Saturday after that, we'll do that monthly saltwater Saturday. So for the next couple of weeks, you're going to have the Thursday and the Saturday shows going. They just won't all be Saturday Night Fever branded, if you will.
Yeah, we're trying to go spectacular and try to really bring it when we bring it on Saturdays, if that makes sense.
Yep, definitely. And that gives us the ability to do better Thursday shows, I feel, also, versus having to come up with two quote-unquote standardized topics like, now we're going to talk about 10 plants on Thursday, and then we're going to talk about 10 fish on Saturday. That's a lot more shows. So I'm going to run through this real quick because we had people asking. New members get the green badge. After 1 month, you get a yellow badge. After 2 months, you get the orange badge. After 6 months, you get the purple badge. After 12 months, you get the blue badge. And if you were to look, you would see after 24 months, you get the Fish Room Fever logo badge. But I'll let you call it on a little secret. That's just a placeholder. I'm holding that one out until some people get close, and then I will upload it. So that's a long ways to go, but it's almost been a year, and I can't believe it, honestly. And I'm going to turn it over to you for final thoughts because we're 2 minutes into your show time at this point.
Yep. Thank you, everybody that came and hung out with us. It'd be great if you guys come over to the second half. If you don't, I totally understand. And thank you, mods. You guys are amazing. Thank you, James, for letting me hang out.
Well, a huge thank you to you, Ed, for hanging out and helping me out as always. Everybody in the chat, the members, the moderators, the lurkers, the listeners, the super chatters and contributors, and of course, the awesome replay crew. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Until next time, keep your fish healthy, keep yourselves healthy, but don't be afraid to catch yourself a little fish room fever. Take care, everybody.